Okay, the life and times of Andrew Jackson. The early ages of Jackson. Andrew Jackson was born on March 15th, 1767, somewhere between North Carolina and South Carolina. He didn't get much of an education. His father died before he was born. His father's funeral was, ironically, on the same day as his birth. At age 13, Jackson and his two brothers joined a local militia, and his mom was also a nurse. Both brothers died of diseases, as well as his mother, and Jackson refused to clean a British officer's boots, and the officer slashed his face, leaving scars for a lifetime. Jackson's family. In 1791, Andrew Jackson married Rachel Donaldson. She passed away of a heart attack. Jackson had no natural children of his own, but 3 adopted sons, which were his wife's brother's children, and so he kind of adopted them for his own, and their names were Andrew Jackson Jr., Lynn Koya, and Andrew Jackson Hutchings. Jackson's military status. Andrew Jackson was commander of the Tennessee Militia in 1801. He was appointed Major General in the War of 1812, and he also got the nickname Old Hickory for being tough as hickory wood on the battlefield. He was also part of the First Seminole War in 1817 and led a campaign in Georgia against the Seminole and Creek Indians, and he was also named Florida's military governor and served for 9 months. Jackson's elections. Jackson was a part of the election of 1824, and that was against Adams himself and Henry Clay. And Adams won that with the corrupt bargain, as they called it, because Adams and Clay got together, and they didn't want Jackson to have it, so they bargained together. And so Adams got the presidency, and Clay became the secretary. But Jackson didn't stay down. He came back for the election of 1828, and he won against Adams with 56% of the popular vote and 178 electoral votes. And so he didn't want to stop there, kept going again. So he also tried again for the election of 1832, and it was versus Henry Clay. And Jackson won again with 55% of the popular vote and 219 electoral votes compared to Henry Clay's 49. And with that election, Jackson gained almost all the South's votes, along with Pennsylvania and New York. Life as the president. Andrew Jackson became the 7th president and served from 1829 to 1837. His vice presidents were John C. Calhoun and Martin Van Buren. He served two terms. He supported small and limited federal government. He actually founded the Democratic Party. He destroyed the National Bank, also signed the Indian Removal Act in 1830, and was the first president to be attacked. The shot misfired. And to end his presidency, he had 2 regrets, and they were that he didn't get the chance to shoot Henry Clay nor hang John C. Calhoun, and he was also the first president to ride on a train in 1833. The death. Jackson passed away at age 78 on June 8, 1845. The cause of death was said to be an overdose on some sort of cure-all aspirin prescribed by his doctor, but in 1999, a university in Ohio tested hair samples of Jackson, and the results were a high concentration of lead, so officially Jackson died of lead poisoning. Some cool facts about Andrew Jackson. He was the first president. He was one of 6 presidents, but he was the first to be born in a log cabin. He was 6 feet tall. He was a Presbyterian. He enjoyed eating pancakes. His slogan was, "Let the people rule," and he carried 2 bullets in his body. And then I got a video on how he got to be on the $20 bill.